In this tutorial you're going to see how to change your simulated circuit of your LED torch into a printed circuit board, what we call a PCB. But first of all, let's have a look at some of these tabs down this side. If we press on here, we can see the voltage, current, voltage levels, that's there, 0.3 volts coming out of the battery, and stopping there, 0.3 volts at the switch. There's nothing this side at all. If we press the button, you'll see that actually the volts are now coming through there as well. Okay, turning the light on. You can also see the current flow. No current flowing at the moment until we turn the switch on, and then you'll see the green current flowing through the LED when it comes on. Okay, let's stop this. Let's go back to the normal view, and because we've stopped it, you'll see that we've got an option up here now to convert into a PCB. Now this converts automatically, although it will be too big, so we'll have to change the size and move the components around a bit. Let's click on that anyway, and you'll get this box here where it says this will convert your circuit into a PCB. So now we press next, and we'll go single-sided because we don't want to track on both sides. We'll go normal size tracks. We'll click next and next again, and then convert. Let's zoom in now, and that's 100% converted. But if we zoom in here, that's out, let's zoom in, you'll see actually that's a big PCB. That's bigger than your soldering license PCB, and we don't want that. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to pick up this pointer here, and we're going to click on all of this copper track area there, and we're going to delete it. So we right click and delete. Now we can see what we're doing. The switch is here, and this is the battery here. They're both on terminals because they're off-board components that you will put in place. If you look at the circuit diagram, yeah, we've got a switch and a battery. Come back to the PCB layout, we've got it here. Now if we look at the artwork, we'll see that the switch will plug into here, and the battery will plug into there, and the LED will plug into there, and the resistor into there. Let's go back to unpopulated or even real world. Then we can start moving these components about to make the board smaller. Okay, we can just click and drag. That's taking the whole thing off, so we don't want to take the whole thing off. We click on the node, okay, and straighten up. Now if we look at the artwork, we make sure that we're still not overlapping anything. Back to the real world, we can move the resistor up and click on the node. Bring the node up. Okay. Bring that up, bring that across. They could go quite close together, which means we can now bring that up. Let's have a look at the artwork, make sure none of the wires are overlapping each other because that wouldn't be good. We could bring this down, bring this out here. Oops, didn't click on the node. Click on the node, bring that there. It's nice to have straight lines and not diagonal lines. So if we right click on this one, we can add a node and we can bring it down like that. We've got a nice straight line. So let's take it back to the real world, and that's much smaller, so we can click on this, okay, and we can click on this one here and bring that in there. Already that's much smaller. Now if you wanted to, we could still make it smaller, but I think we'll leave it at that size now. What we need to do is, looking at the artwork, we don't know where anything is or what anything is, and that's what will be printed onto our PCB. So It's fairly easy with a torch because there's only 3 or 4 components, but when you're looking at a big circuit which you'll be moving on to after the torch, this will get confusing where components go, so we need to label it. Let's go back to real world for a minute to see where things are. So this would be the switch and this would be the battery. So what we can do, go to the artwork and go to that there, which means we can label it. So we'll click on that and click somewhere down here. Okay, and we'll put in a caption and we'll put SW, oh not SEW, SW for switch, and we'll OK. And there it is there. Let's pick it up by hand. And we can pick it up and move it. We can. If we go to properties, okay, that's fine. So if we could put that above that, couldn't we? Actually, what we could do is stretch that so the line doesn't cut through it. And there's your switch. Okay. For a battery, we know there's a positive and negative. So if we do this, and we'll say, and we'll put a plus sign in there. Okay, and then we'll pick it up and we'll move it to just above there or next to it. We could leave it there. We could put it there. Now, for some reason, that's sticking to the points across here, and it's bouncing across, and I can't get it in the place exactly where I want it. So let's see if we can change that. We've got a snap to grid there. See what I did? I came away from this and I right clicked on the paper, snap to grid, and we'll take the snap to grid off. Now we should find that we can just move that quite comfortably and place it exactly where we want it. Okay, so we've got the switch there, positive, negative of the battery. We'll just stick LED in there now. So we know that that is the LED. LED. Okay. And we'll pick it up. You'll notice that this is backwards, but when it prints out, it will be forward facing. LED, and then lastly we could put the resistance value in there of what that resistor is, because if you have more than one resistor there'll be different values. So we'll put 1 R for 1 ohm resistor. Pick that up and drop it into place. We could just narrow that down a little bit now, and there we go, there we have it. That's your artwork. That's your real world. They've covered up the labels a bit, but that's what it would look like in the real world if we take the components away. There we go. And we'll go back to artwork. Now all you need to do is print this off, or you would do is print this off and take it to the UV box and turn it into a printed circuit board.